Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Due to various political and geographical reasons, we find a fascinating medley of races in Assam. Today, let me take you to the autonomous district of Karbi Anglong, where a tribe of Mongolian origin lives and where there seem to be as many Christians as Hindus. Let me take you along to meet the Karbis. In this fertile land, we found the Karbis carrying on with the business of life, of earning a livelihood, and of seeking salvation. But these are troubled times, and even as the faithful sang to the Lord, armed guards stood outside to protect the flock. A land with so many different people, so many different ways to get married, but always the same blushing bride, the proud groom, and the attendant crowd of merrymakers. The rituals of this Hindu wedding are very simple, so simple that the village elders simultaneously perform the business of solving a land dispute, and all this even as country-made wine flows freely. The women seem to be content to be spectators, or maybe they just feel shy about cameras. As for the singer, he seemed as oblivious of everybody as everybody seemed to be of him. The clearing that is happening here is not a normal farming process. For after the clearing and after a few years of growing pineapples, what will be left behind is a barren hill. The Karbis are famous, or shall we say infamous, for what is known as jhum cultivation. And though there has been an attempt to shift to settled agriculture, jhuming does still thrive.
I know from the old people, from the Karbi old people, that Karbi means so to say a flame. A flame. B means cat. The Karbis people are keeping flame all the night, throughout the night. So to say, that's the words becomes akarkibi from Karbi. The word Karbi Anglong comes about 20 to 22 years. And before they were called Karbi, not Karbi, means Mikir Hill. During the Jaintia rule, from that onwards, the Karbi, the Mikir livings in this area, originated here. The Karbi peoples were followed two religions. One is Hindu and one is Christian. The education introduced first in Karbi Anglong at Tika Pahar, West Karbi Anglong. There is still a church also there. It is built by the W.R. Houghton period. So the church is there. some Hindus are making their prayer in order to keep the goddess peace. They are sacrificing their their pets animal. But some Hindus are among Karbis. Some Hindus are not sacrificing like this.
What would life in the Northeast be without dance? I wonder. There exists such a rich variety of folk dances, and each tribe seems to have their own very unique style. The Karbis believe that life's problems can be danced away, and therefore they dance with zest and vivacity. And they do seem to be enjoying their mock battle. Or was it us with our video cameras that are making them blush and smile? this land, which God seems to have created at leisure, and where a variety of cultural influences thrive, it is not surprising that a rich body of literature exists. Born of a creative mind, it requires the surface of a pristine white substance to develop an idea into accessible literature. This white substance is paper. And there was a time when Assamese literature was still young, that it was largely inhibited by industrial backwardness in the field of publishing, and when no paper was produced indigenously. Today, one of Asia's biggest integrated pulp and paper mills is in Assam. In Nagaon and Karbi Anglong is the place from which most of the raw material is sourced. After leaving the Karbis, we were traveling down National Highway number 37 when the massive gates of the Nagaon mill of the Hindustan Paper Corporation beckoned. And we entered those gates to find out about the story of paper in Assam.
This Nagaon paper mill, in fact, started its commercial production in the month of October in 1985. In fact, the installed capacity of this mill is 1 lakh metric ton. This includes, of course, 20,000 tons of newsprint. Mainly we produce writing printing. This is in order to cater to the needs of this northeastern region mainly.
The little things in life that modern life has made us take for granted, the morning cup of tea, the newspapers we read, we never think of how far away the roots of some of these things are. Unknown to them, people from the entire country are probably tied with the Northeast in a bond they are not even aware of. A link in the chain is the worker who loads the reams onto wagons, and the transformed bamboo pulp continues on its way to various destinations all over the country.
NPM employs directly almost 1,610, while our indirect employment is almost 10,000. Last year, our production had been 85,400 tons, and we have earned a profit to the tune of 27 crores. Our basic raw material is, of course, bamboo, but sometimes we do use wood also. And our annual requirement of bamboo, the basic raw material, is to the tune of 3,80,000 tons. In fact, we procure our 40% of our bamboo from the Karbi Anglong district.
Much hustle and bustle was on. Women sort the bamboo and then they are sent on their way down to the shoot. Jostling against each other, they carry on in their journey towards being transformed into soft pulp that looks so much like wool. In this factory, where the first sheet of paper rolled out on the 27th March 1985, is now produced almost its full capacity of 1 lakh metric tons of paper, including 20,000 metric tons of newsprint. The control panels are state of the art, as are methods of effluent treatment. There is so much greenery around because the workers here recognized the importance of giving back to nature what you take from her.
Our greater thrust for higher productivity is in harmony with our concern for cleaner environment. There is a well-equipped environment cell to ensure that pollution discharge is maintained well within the tolerance limit. The effluent treatment plant of our mill is based on full-fledged modern technology. And you see, we at Nagaon Paper Mill, our environment cell, works in close coordination with the state's pollution control board.
The air seemed full with the sound of metal being pounded. This is Horthebari, where artisans still practice the ancient art of fashioning items of bill metal and brass. There is a certain poetry in the process of creation of a beautiful object. Deft fingers translate skills that have been handed down from generation to generation to finished pieces of gleaming brass and bill metal. Walking through this field of yellow flowers, it hardly felt like only 40 kilometers away from the hustle and bustle of Guwahati. Unlike ancient arts, ancient temples do not always manage to survive the ravages of time. And the Madan Kamdev temple in Kamrup district has survived, but the passage of time has taken its toll. But we can still capture the essence of the architectural grandeur of a bygone era. One could experience a kind of uncanny peace that is often a part of beautiful ruins. As often with things of yore, not much is known about the origin of this temple, and there is an abundance of folklore. The most interesting one is about how the god of love, Kamdeva, was reborn here after an angry Shiva had reduced him to ashes. I don't really know about the authenticity of that, but I was content to walk around this temple that celebrates love.